Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I have a special video honoring the release of Jurassic World Rebirth coming out and hitting theaters tomorrow. So I thought that I would do a review on my JP3 Spinosaurus that I had from when I was a kid, my Slice Spinosaurus, and the super rare Fire Beak Quetzalcoatlus, since that is what we technically got in the movie. So yeah, this is just kind of a fun little video just to take a look at some older figures. Let's start with this Spinosaurus. Now this is the only Spinosaurus that I ever managed to grab. I didn't get the real big rubber one, something I always kind of regretted, but I at least grabbed up a small Spinosaurus because when JP3 came out, let's face it, you know, you had to get, well, a Spinosaurus, you know? Just the way it was. So this is what they offered us back then. I believe this is actually made by Hasbro, if I remember right. Now, the sound no longer works on it, unfortunately. Maybe if I put in some new batteries, it might. I'm not sure. I don't remember if I ever put this guy in water or not. I don't think I did, but it is a possibility. And I was thinking if you move the arms, the mouth opens. It doesn't. Oh, the button's on the neck. There it is. Right here, just a little bit awkward and a little bit obvious. My finger shows for sure when I press on the neck button right there. And then we got this super short little tail, and we got the JP3 mark right there. But all in all, still a pretty cool looking Spinosaurus. Even though smaller, it does compare well to Slice over here. So we will take a look at both Spinosauruses first. So that's the JP3 one. Then we'll go back a little bit more. I think this was from the Lost World collection. We've got Slice with the JP Site B mark, which tells me that it is definitely from the Lost World. Very, very different looking Spinosaurus, but I do love the paint apps on this one, and the coloring is fantastic. I decided to film somewhere kind of special because I'm in this little garden area, because this reminds me a lot of when me and my friends were like 10 years old and we used to play Jurassic Park in the backyard. You know, this is a lot like the setup. I remember my dad having a garden. It looked almost exactly like this. And we filled it with water and took tree branches and made trees, and we made a really cool Jurassic Park setup. If I could ever find pictures from that, I know I took some. If I ever find them, I'll be sure to post them for you guys, because I would really like to share those. Definitely something I'm going to have to look into seeing about getting my hands on. This one, I think... No, on this one, I think we move the arm and the mouth opens and closes. Boom. But it looks really great in this outdoor garden setting with the rocks and everything in the back. Looking fantastic. Okay, so now we're gonna jump over to the Quetzalcoatlus Fire Beak, and this is super cool what they came out with the new aerial ambush, or what I rather call the aerial assault Quetzalcoatlus from Rebirth. They really went old school with it. It's the first time we've actually gotten a Quetzalcoatlus that can actually have its wings down and be flat-footed and not look like it's in a flying position all the time. Even though this one does have these really cool claw legs that actually allow for it to grab up dinosaurs or human figures, which is a nice touch. And then we've got this nice button click, if I can get it to work, to release the wings. It is an old figure, so it doesn't work perfectly. Usually this works much better. Not really sure why it's not wanting to release the wings right now. There goes one, and it feels like the other one's trying to release. Come on. There it goes. Okay, we did eventually get the wing release. Not as smooth as I had hoped for, but looking fantastic nonetheless. This thing's pretty cool. And then we have the spring-loaded ability to open the mouth right here. This is a rarer, harder to get a hold of figure, and I'm gonna put a human in its talons here in a minute, just to show you what it looks like when it actually swoops in and grabs something. Super cool Quetzalcoatlus though. Definitely the best one we've gotten up until the new release, which really is a combination of nostalgia, old school, like, you know, Kinner-esque vibes, with a modern touch, which is really, really nice to see, in my opinion. But Fire Beak will always be a classic for sure. So here's Fire Beak with and here comes Fire Beak with Dr. Loomis in its talons. So you can tell he looks really good as he is going to fly away with Dr. Loomis. Looking great for some great playtime, and then you can of course control the head and have the human figure as it flies off screen, swooping back in. And it just looks really, really cool. And you can just imagine that as a kid, this would have just made like hours of fun out in the backyard. You can just kind of imagine it, really. So yeah, this has been a look at my JP3 Spinosaurus, my Kinner Spinosaurus. And one more thing I should mention, look for the mark JP. There it is, there's the mark. And remember kids, if it doesn't have the mark, it's not Jurassic Park. So yeah, you can tell it's an official Fire Beak. Not that you can't tell anyway, but the JP mark is always a nice touch. And you know, Mattel has modernized this with data scan codes and whatnot, but I do miss the old JP mark. I kind of wish they would have done that for Jurassic World Rebirth. It would have been kind of cool to see like a JWR or something like that. You can only imagine, but any which way, really great figures here. Really cool to see all three of these together. So I thought this would be just a fun review of some classic figures. Hope you guys liked the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And as always guys, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Just real quick guys, I did want to do a side-by-side comparison of these old school figures with some modern day humans. Now what is funny is the humans back in the day were actually a little bit bigger than what Mattel figures are nowadays, but you can see it's a pretty good size comparison, especially with this JP3 Spino right here in the background. And we've already kind of seen the size comparison when it comes to Fire Beak, because we were able to put Loomis here into its talons. But if we set him back here in the back, and there he is side by side with Slice the Spinosaurus. So yeah, fantastic. All right guys, just wanted to do that quick human comparison for you guys. See you next time.